Learning English with English Faculties.
Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going to tackle some of the smallest words in the English language that have the absolute biggest impact on how clear you sound. I mean, if you've ever paused and wondered, wait, should I say I'm meeting in the cafe, at the cafe, or on the corner? Well, you've come to the right place. So let's just dive right in and master these things. You see them everywhere, right? These little words in, at, on, from, to. They're basically the glue holding our sentences together. But what are they actually doing? I mean, what is their real job? That's the big question we're going to crack today. So, officially, what is a preposition? Well, it's a linker word. Its whole purpose is to show the relationship between different things in a sentence. You can almost think of them as the GPS for your language. They tell you when, where, or which way something is happening. Super important. Okay, so here's our game plan. We've got the basic what out of the way. Now we're going to break it down into time, then place, and finally movement. And we'll wrap it all up with a super handy toolkit that you can start using like right away. Simple and straight to the point. All right, first up, time. These are the words that really help us organize our entire world, you know? They put every single event on a clear timeline. They are absolutely essential for answering that one critical question: when did it happen? So this table here, this is basically the master key for the three most common time prepositions. Think of it like a pyramid, or maybe a funnel. We start really broad and general with in, we zoom in to a specific point with at, and we land on a particular day with on. Let's take a closer look at each one. Okay, so when you see the word in, I want you to think inside, like you're inside a big container of time. Something happens in August, or in the summer, or in 1985. It's not one specific tiny moment. It's that whole wider period that you're inside of. Now, at is where we get super specific. It's like dropping a pin on a map, but we're doing it for time. We meet at 2:30. We eat at breakfast. Things go bump at night. It marks one very, very precise moment. And that brings us to on. This one is just perfect for specific days and dates. And honestly, the easiest way to remember it is to picture yourself putting a sticker on a page of your calendar. The meeting is on Friday. My birthday is on the 21st. See? It's literally on the page. Okay, pay attention, because this is a big one that trips a lot of people up. Since versus for. This slide makes the difference so clear. Since points to the starting line of something that's still going. I've been a student since 2004. But for measures the total distance you've run. I've been a student for 2 years. One's the start, the other is the total duration. All right, let's keep things moving. We've totally covered when, and now we're going to see how some of those exact same tiny words can help us talk about where. Let's get into prepositions of place. And would you look at that? Our old friends in, at, and on are back. But this time, they're talking about location. And you know what? The logic is pretty much the same. In is for enclosed spaces, at is for a specific spot, and on is for surfaces. Same words, similar logic, whole new use. So what's the real difference here between being in something and at somewhere? Well, you are in a book, literally inside, between the covers. But you're at a concert, a specific event that you're attending. One is all about being contained, the other is about being present at a location. And on just keeps doing its thing, doesn't it? It's still all about surfaces. The keys are on the table, you live on the 4th floor, and here's a cool one. For public transport, like a bus or a train, you're also on it. It's almost like you're just standing on a big, flat, moving platform. It just makes sense when you think about it that way. Ah, another classic showdown. Between versus among. Let's clear this up for good. Use between when you're talking about two or maybe a few separate, distinct things. You stand between two people. But you use among when you're just part of a bigger group, a crowd. You might find a clue among the books. Okay, last big category, let's do this. We've pinned down events in time, we've located things in space. Now it's time to get things moving with prepositions of movement. This is all about answering which way did it go. I love this slide because it literally tells the story of a journey. Every single movement has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It starts from an origin, like carrots from my garden. It moves towards a general direction, like a dog running towards me. And it usually arrives to a final destination, like taking the bus to campus. Now, this is a really subtle but important difference: across versus through. Look, they both mean moving from one side to the other, but the key is that through means you're moving inside of it. You swim across a lake, it's an open surface, but you walk through a forest where you are literally surrounded by trees. Whew, okay, that was a lot, I know. So let's bring it all home. Let's pull everything we just talked about into a simple, powerful toolkit that you can start using to make your English clearer and more precise, like today. Here it is, your cheat sheet. Just remember this. In is for big, enclosed stuff. At is for exact points and moments. On is for surfaces and days. To is where you're going, and from is where you started. If you can just get these 5 down, you are so far ahead of the game. You know, this quote just hits the nail on the head. Learning about these tiny words isn't just about memorizing some boring grammar rules. No way. It's about mastering clarity itself. It's about giving everything you say and write the context it needs to be perfectly understood. So, there you have it. We went from maybe a little confused to hopefully very clear, from general ideas to specific tools. So the final question here is for you. Now that you've got this toolkit, where are you going to go with this knowledge? How will you use it? Thanks so much for hanging out with me today.